Hello everyone! I was asked to do a drawing tutorial. Now, I've been really hesitant to go ahead and put a video up on this because I don't feel like I'm a professional yet, and it's kind of hard for me to give you guys direction when I'm still learning and trying out new things. But you guys requested it, so I decided to just go ahead and do it. I'm going to be going ahead and showing you guys how to draw this picture of Misha Barton. And I've had this picture for a very, very long time, cut it out of a magazine, and I've been wanting to draw it ever since. Now time for a disclaimer. Just to let you guys know, I've never been really professionally trained at drawing, and this is all stuff that I just kind of come across on my own just adventures. So if I do anything wonky, that's why, just to let you guys know. So I hope you have fun watching this. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a functional and clean workspace. This may sound like common sense, but it's funny how often we can forget the little things. The materials I use are a paper towel, a cotton pad, a tissue, that beige dumpy stick is called a tortillon, a normal eraser, an ordinary number 2 pencil, a mechanical pencil, a 4B Prismacolor pencil, and a 4H Prismacolor pencil. Also, I may use other tools, but I will let you know what they are and why I'm using them. By the way, I'm using premium recycled sketch paper, but if you're just practicing and don't have money to go out and buy paper, feel free to just use printer paper. I've used it for a very long time and it's great for practice. Now, jumping right into the preliminary sketch of our portrait. This is a stage that I do very differently from most professional artists. Usually you see people creating linear skeleton versions of their drawings before they get down to business. But ever since I was young, I have found it the easiest way for me to draw is simply by eyeballing. So this isn't something that I recommend for everyone. In fact, if you have a different method of doing this step, please just skip this video entirely and learn how to draw the eye. I'm using a 4H pencil for this step because it has an extremely light lead. No matter which way you do your skeleton sketch, it is important that it is very light, and I find that when I use a regular pencil, I get a little too carried away. In using my method, I usually start off by creating where the border of my picture will start. In this case, it's the bang, so I'm just sectioning off where that would be. At this point in my drawing, it is too light to see, but if you look closely, you can see an outline of an eye. At this point, the placement of things can be easily moved. Nothing is set in stone. It's more like a guess. Once I start figuring out where other things go, I will be able to get a better idea of permanent placement. I use a light flicking motion when I'm sketching. I do not draw a one-line border like you would see in a coloring book. When I use color, it's a different story. I create a sketch like this and then go back and create sharper borders so I know where things go. But since we're using pencil, things could be erased or shaded, so it really doesn't matter. When doing this, I picture myself carving out a face with my pencil. The darkest parts of my drawings I will indicate with cross-hatching, or I'll fill it in one way or another. I do this so my brain will start to form an image of where the lights and the darks of the picture belong. If there is a highlighted area in the midst of medium to dark shading, I will circle the area. I'm going to briefly and quickly show you how I sketch the rest of my picture because you wouldn't receive much knowledge from watching me in real time. What I must emphasize though is freeing your hand, and instead of creating a colored book-like outline, make many soft lines to get the idea of what the object looks like. Now that I'm done with the step, I can compare it to the original. I can point out already that her face is wider than it should be, her finger position needs to be tweaked a little bit, her eyes need to be a little bit fuller, her lips are not the same shape, and she looks a little bit more like Angelina Jolie than Misha Barton. But the point is, I have her facial features placed and have something to work with. The fact that I know what's wrong with it is also helpful because pointing out the flaws will allow you to go back and fix things to create a stronger piece. Looking at this gets me really excited. I just want to jump right into it and turn this wispy little line drawing into something awesome. Don't you?